Welcome to Royal Pride. I'm Tim Rutherford here with Eastern Hancock Athletic Director Aaron Spalding again this month. Welcome, Aaron.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Well, we've wrapped up the winter sports out at Eastern Hancock and really getting into the spring season. I think the track's already had a meet.
This past Saturday was two milestones. This past Saturday was our last winter event. We had a middle school wrestling invitational. It was our first spring event, although it was indoors, thankfully. Our high school track teams went to Anderson University to participate in the indoor, invitational there. So, like I said, we ended one and started another. So, no rest for the weary. So we're ready. We're up and running.
Not much time off. So, I know when basketball season ended, I thought, man, I got about a month here before baseball starts with my son and softball with my daughter. So, a little bit of time to breathe. But we're going to wrap up the winter sports. We had some success late in the season. Some of our teams did. And we're going to talk about some trophy presentations. We had some that won some trophies.
Right. This tonight, which this is March 15th if you're watching it on a later date. So tonight will be our awards program. Part of our awards program, we always present any trophies, plaques, whatnot that teams have won. We present those to our principal, Dave Poff, and then they go in our trophy case, obviously. So want to highlight some of those things that our various teams won this year. Our girls varsity basketball team was sectional champions this year. Had a big upset over Triton Central, so that was a lot of fun. And they actually won a game in the regional as well, which put them in the final 8 of 2A, which is the furthest we've ever had a girls team advance at Eastern Hancock. So really proud of them. Our varsity wrestling team won a couple invitationals. They won our own Eastern Hancock Invitational, as well as the Cambridge City Lincoln Invitational as well. We had a girls 5th and 6th grade, which was a combination of both those grades. A team won a tournament at Mount Vernon. Our 7th grade basketball team won a invitational at Union County. And then both our 5th and 6th grade basketball teams were champions of a couple tournaments. The Union County Invitational, both the 5th and 6th grade won. I think Union County's probably not going to invite us back because we won 3 of those tournaments. And then they, both the 5th and 6th grade won the Eastern Hancock Invitational. So, some fun, always fun to get some hardware to put in the trophy case.
And really at lots of different levels in both boys and girls, so it's a good variety there.
Yep, absolutely.
Some success across the system.
Oh, one I did not I failed to mention too, because I'll have to look at that, get that in the program tonight. Our girls swim team won the Lawrenceburg Invitational too. So he's talked about numerous sports, and that made me think about that. So
excellent. So yet another trophy to add.
Yeah,
to the
that's
case.
right. That's right.
So you won't be pulling out the old ones and handing them out at the event, hopefully. So, well, we also tonight at the Winter Sports Banquet have athletes who are recognized. They get their letter jackets, and I think we have a few from the winter season that are going to get their letter jackets.
Yeah, our kids can earn letter jackets through a variety of ways. They can get 85 total athletic points. And what that means is you get X amount for a varsity letter, X amount for a JV or a freshman. You can get points for being a student athlete with a certain GPA, those types of things. If you get 85 points, then you would be eligible for your letter jacket. Another way is if you earn 3 overall varsity letters. And then the third way is if you earn a second letter in the same sport, because you have some athletes who just like to participate in one sport, so we want to get those kids a chance to get their letter jacket as well. So with that in mind, we had several who qualified this year. Kayla Fancher, Naomi Serberg, Tyler Blattner, Alexander Burton, Tyler Castle, Bryson Napier, Brady Stevens, and Ian White all qualified. We do kind of a fun thing at our awards night. We have them come down, and our principal Dave Poff actually puts the jacket. We kind of in the way they do the green jacket at the Masters. We have them don the jacket, so we always do that. So that's a fun time for the kids.
They don't get quite as much money as the Masters.
No, they get nothing. They get the jacket.
They get a pat on the back.
That's
after
right.
Mr. Pop puts the jacket on.
That's right.
So, well, as we wrap up the winter sports season here, we've also had some individual recognitions. I know the girls basketball had some, so we'll start there.
Yeah, the all-county team came out about a week, maybe a week and a half ago for the girls. Now it's not come out yet for the boys. They have not announced that yet, so I don't have anything to announce there. But we had some kids recognized as part of the all-county team. Emily Carlton was a first-team all-county selection. Haley Best was a second-team all-county selection. And then we had 4 girls who were honorable mention all-county. Casey Gilbert, Peyton West, Bailey Allen, Jenna Smith all received honorable mention honors. So it's always good to have our kids recognized in the county.
And I would guess that the all-county boys will be announced here pretty soon.
I would say probably in a week or so, generally, is about when that would come out. So we'll look for that shortly.
Okay. One of the other boys' sports where we had some success was wrestling, and we've had some individuals there that.
Right. We had an overall sectional champion, Josh Robertson, was a sectional champ. He also later qualified for the semi-state, so he got to go to the semi-state as well. Jordan Wills both was a sectional and semi-state qualifier, so advanced on. And the way, I think I've said this before in the show, but I'll refresh memories. In wrestling, the top 4 in each weight class advance on to the next round. A little bit different than some other sports, but that's how they do it in wrestling. And then we had several regional qualifiers. Jack Smith, Gabe Blake, Brandon Francis, Colby Hunt, and Alexander Burden all moved on from the sectional to the regional. So good job by our wrestlers.
And then some other individual recognitions in swimming, and swimming goes straight from sectional to state.
Yeah, the way it's broken down, it's kind of a little bit different. The sectional, they have a Thursday night, would be like the prelims, to get to the finals on Saturday. So advancing kind of means, in the tournament means you go from Thursday to Saturday. So I guess technically kind of say that's the regional. I mean, if you're using it like other sports. So making that top 8 is quite an accomplishment. And just like wrestling and other individual sports, there's no class to it. So, we're competing against others as well. But I want to recognize a few that qualified in the top 8. Elise Huffman, top 8 in the 200 freestyle and the 500 freestyle. Shelby Kell in the 100 backstroke and the 500 freestyle. Megan Markham in the 200 freestyle. And then on the boys' side, Chris Walden in the 500 freestyle.
Excellent. We're going to wrap up this segment here. When we come back, we're going to talk some of the school records that were broken this winter and those types of things with the individuals, and maybe even, I don't know that we had any team things, but I know we had some that were in the top 5 or 10 in other team sports. So we'll be right back here on Royal Pride.
A family farm with a family that does more than farm. A community-owned telecom that connected everything and everyone with high-bandwidth fiber optic. She can run her business while staying close to the people she loves most. And he can launch a promising new venture without leaving the farm. Ninestar Connect. Community-owned, community-strong.
Welcome back to Royal Pride. And as we wrap up the winter sports seasons, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the school records that were broken. And actually, there are several. Boys swimming and girls swimming, it seemed like we were talking about every month. They were breaking, every time we talked, somebody was breaking a record. And we've had some basketball ones as well. Yep,
absolutely. On the boys' side, Chris Walden had a great season. And to be honest with you, a lot of these records that he broke were his own. So we won't, I guess we'll save some money there. We'll have to replace the name, just the numbers. So, but Chris Walden on the boys swim side, some records he broke, 500 freestyle, at the time of 5 minutes, 11 seconds, 0.70. And then the 200 freestyle, 1 minute, 58.36 seconds. The individual medley at 2 minutes, 16 seconds, and 100 backstroke at 59.78. And then the other individual that broke a record this year, Elijah Harris, in the 100 freestyle, had a time of 53.34. And then we had a relay on the boys' side, a team of Harris, Henderson, Coffin, and Walden, both the 200 and the 400 relays. So congratulations to those gentlemen in the breaking of those records.
And that 400 free relay time of 3:41.76, that's about our 400 running time, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably about right. So
the girls' swimming records, there were several of those broken as well. And again, the ones that Shelby Kell broke, I believe, are mostly her records.
Yeah, she broke, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 records. So, but in the 200 free, time 2 minutes 11.33 seconds. Individual medley, the time of 2 minutes 35.17 seconds. The 50 freestyle 26.29. 100 fly in 1 minute 10.91. 100 free 58.28. 500 freestyle 5 minutes 34.53, and 100 backstroke of 1 minute 5.10 seconds. So Shelby's a senior, so obviously she's gonna be missed next year by the swim team. Hopefully we'll have somebody step up, but it may be a while before some people can get up to that level and break some of her records. And then also want to mention Tatum Prophet broke the 100 breaststroke record. The time 1 minute 19.59 seconds. Then we had a couple relays. The 200 medley relay, team of Kell, Griesmeyer, Prophet, and Ray, time 2 minutes 6.13 seconds. And then 200 free style relay of Kell, Griesmeyer, Huffman, and Markham, time 1 minute 51.49 seconds. So great job to those young ladies. One more, sorry. The 400 freestyle as well, team of Kell, Griesmeyer, Huffman, and Prophet, 4 minutes 15.18 seconds.
Excellent. Lots of records going down. Mm-hmm. That would be why we talked about it every month on our show here. We also had a couple of basketball things happen this year. In the boys basketball, Addison True got our steals in a game record.
Right. He had a game against Southwestern. Had 10 steals in a game, which broke an old record. I believe it was 9. So he had first double-digit steals in a game by a boys basketball player. Also, Addison became just the 5th player in Eastern Hancock boys basketball history to score 1,000 or more points in his career. And I believe he's the first junior to ever surpass that in his junior year. So good accomplishment for Addison, and look forward to him next year.
Excellent. Yeah, and he's got an opportunity to move up in lots of categories.
Absolutely.
Because he's also a very good rebounder.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's been with us for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So, and probably, if not the best, one of the best rebounding guards we've ever had.
Yeah, he would certainly probably be the best rebounding guard we've ever had. So I'm looking for good things out of him and the rest of the team next year, because they're all back. Yeah, we have no seniors. First time in my 18 years that we've had no seniors, so we got everybody back. So got to put up with them again next year.
Or they have to put up with us.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, in girls basketball, Emily Carlson also did the same thing Addison did on the girls' side.
Yeah, she became just the 3rd girl in Eastern Hancock basketball history to surpass 1,000 points. Emily did that late in the season this year, so congratulations to her.
Excellent. And I know both teams had successful years, and looking forward to next year as well. The girls had a few more seniors than we did, but I think they still have some young players coming back.
They have some kids. They did lose some seniors. They'll obviously hurt, but got a lot of great young kids. So I think they'll do a good job for us next year.
All right, well, we're going to jump right into spring because I know spring's underway. We talked about the track team already had one indoor meet. I know softball and baseball practice, I believe, both started.
Everything's started now. It's been a really bad week to start spring's practice, but nonetheless, a lot of indoor practice this week.
Yeah, so if you're trying to have a spring basketball practice, it's probably not going to happen very easily.
Not till late at night tonight because those spring sports are using the gyms.
All right, well, we have a new softball coach this year.
Coach Medler, Pat Medler, give you a little background. Now, Pat was an assistant with our team last year, so he's not new to the girls, but new face to some of us maybe who don't follow it as closely. And going to his background, years back, he was head coach at Pendleton Heights, and then he spent some time as an assistant softball coach at Butler. So he has some great experience. Excuse me. And the girls really respond well to him. We got a team coming back. They were 20-4 last year, advanced to the semi-state, so they made it to the Final Four team of the state. And we're just lost by, I believe, 1 run in that game, and
had extra innings, I believe.
May have been. It was a close game, and we had a runner on third. Yeah. So we're, it's hard to be that close and not quite get her done. But and then we have 3 seniors coming back who have been very important to that success. Casey Gilbert, Brooke Walden, and Peyton West. Casey plays second for us, Brooke third, and Peyton West has caught for us quite a bit. So those 3 need to lead us, and we're going to have to fill in with some we have some other returners, but some people are going to have to step up. Lost our pitcher, Darby Shaw, who is very important to our success. She's now at IPFW. So some girls are going to have to step up and fill her role, but we expect good things.
Excellent. And our baseball, they had a really good year last year, too. They didn't have a semi-state run.
No.
They had, I believe, their best record in school history.
Yeah, it tied the best record that we've had. They were 15-11. Which ties that. We have a lot of kids back, once again, back from that team. The seniors the returning seniors are Levi Majority, Clayton White, who's been our top pitcher for us the last couple of years, and expect great things for him. And then Devin Denny, who's been a really solid hitter for us. Over several years, pretty good on the base pass. So those seniors got to lead us, and then we've got some juniors who, are good players as well, and have a lot of experience. So we'll look for them to step up for us as well.
So some excellent opportunities on the Diamonds, and hopefully the weather breaks here. And I'm not sure when the first games are scheduled, but I know.
Well, they're after spring break. They're in April, so hopefully. I learned my lesson not to schedule much in March because that's just miserable for everybody. So
you just end up rescheduling it if you can anyway.
Well, yeah, or be miserable during the game. So
that's right. Well, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish wrapping up a preview of the spring sports here on Royal Pride.
A neighborhood drive-up builds their menu around locally sourced foods. A community-owned telecom delivers fiber optic bandwidth that helps them leverage high-performing technology with lower startup costs. Turns out, going local doesn't just mean fresh, it means better. Ninestar Connect. Community-owned, community-strong.
Welcome back to Royal Pride, and we're going to continue our spring preview. The track teams are back at it as well. I know they've been in the hallways for a couple of weeks doing conditioning and things like that, but they've officially started practice, had their first meet, and things are looking good for them again this year as well.
Yeah, I've almost got clocked a few times going around the corner. They're working hard. Got a new girls coach, Jade Gallion, who was a middle school coach, and she does a great job. She was a former state finalist in the hurdles when she was in high school, and I think competed in college as well. So she works the kids hard, and so we're expecting good things. The girls last year, they won a small school invitational, Randolph Southern. They won our invitational. They were conference champs last year. We were still in the MHC, and they were conference champions. This year we won't have that opportunity because we're not in a conference. Next year we will have a possibility again. Got a couple regional qualifiers that are returning. Annie Floyd and Taylor Stein both advanced to the regional. Now, we lost a bunch, probably 6, 7 seniors who qualified for the regional last year. They lost a lot, so they've got a lot to replace. But nonetheless, they'll do a good job. And then on the boys' side, Coach Schultz is back again. They won the same 3 things that our girls did, the small school invitational at Randolph Southern, our own invitational, and then they were also conference champs. They've got one returning all-county performer, Reese Burkhardt in the discus, and they lost a decent amount too. So we're going to need some youngsters to step up. We do have some good young kids, but looking for good things in our track season. Tomorrow we are scheduled to be at Knightstown if we can brave the weather. Now it's supposed to be a balmy 45 tomorrow, which is better than it has been the last couple days, so we might get that in. Well, who knows?
Excellent. Well, and what some people may not realize is for someone to be a regional qualifier in track, that's just like swimming. There's only one class.
Yes, you go and we always advance, and then when we go to the regional, we have that at Ben Davis High School. So they're running against North Central, Ben Davis Cathedral, whatnot. That's quite an accomplishment.
And is Warren still in our sectional?
They're not in our sectional.
Okay.
The Lawrence North is in our sectional.
Lawrence
North, Pendleton Heights.
Several 4As.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. So to advance out there is quite an accomplishment.
Excellent. Well, a couple more sports that have started up. Girls tennis.
Yeah, Coach Huff back with the girls. Last year it was kind of a building year. We didn't have a whole lot of wins, so we just won twice last year. We're looking to build on this year. We do have our number 1 singles player back, Kayla Huff, so looking for good things for her. And I know they've been working. I saw them. They were in the middle school gym yesterday working on that, so looking for some solid improvement on that. I know they're working hard. Then our boys golf team, Coach Maury Metzger. Coach Metzger was with us last year, and he has big numbers. I think I saw 13 golfers out this year, so we have a big golf team. Including our starting sitter, Jacob Eischen, is now a golfer, so I don't know. But anyway, they've got a couple seniors returning. William Harwood and Cody Young are, good, solid contributors last year, and they've got a couple weeks. I think their first match is April 6th, if my memory serves me correct. So, but I know they're going up to an indoor facility in Muncie practicing right now. So. Because who wants to go on a golf course right now?
Well, and there have been times, I think, when we've struggled to get the minimum, which is 5, right? Is 5 make a team in golf?
5 make a team, yeah. So we'll have a varsity, a JV, and some spares. So,
so has our starting center ever played golf before this spring?
I think he's played putt-putt a few times, but no, he says he's played a few scrambles. So,
okay.
So we'll see how he does.
Well, and with the girls' tennis, one of the wins was at Knightstown at least last year?
I believe it was.
Well, there you go.
Then you're good if you beat Knightstown.
So, excellent. Well, we have a couple other things to wrap up and talk about. One of our softball players has signed to play at college.
Yeah, Brooke Walden, who I mentioned earlier, as a big contributor to our softball success last year, plays third base, does a great job for us, and she has throughout her career, done a great job. She is going to play softball at Anderson next year. So nice, she'll be around close, and family can still go and see her play because that's just obviously right up the road. So she's planning on going there. So we want a good girl, solid, student, and so we're happy for her to be able to continue although we expect good things for her this year for us first before she goes on to Anderson.
Excellent. And our Winter Sports Awards banquet is this evening.
Yes, tonight, March 15th. So if you're watching on another day, don't come over. But 7 o'clock tonight at Eastern Hancock, we'll recognize all our winter athletes and teams.
And then we have a big booster fundraiser this Saturday.
Yes, this Saturday is a 3-on-3. It's an annual booster event that we have, basketball tournament. You can get that all that information on our website if you want to bring a team over. We have all kinds of ages and brackets. We even have men's open divisions. This year we added a B division because there's some guys who are still serious basketball players, and there's others just want to come over and have a good time. So we have an A and a B division, and that'll be this Saturday. Like I said, you can get that information on the website.
Excellent. And as you mentioned before, and I think we talked about last month, we are in a conference next year.
We have finalized that. I went this past Thursday, and we met and got all the schedules knocked out for next year. So we're full bore into the conference next year, with the exception of football. We couldn't quite get the schedules matched up. That's a little bit harder to do. So we've got that. That'll be in 2 years. So 2018. Will be our first football, but otherwise we're going there for next year.
Excellent. We've got just a little bit of time here, and it's that time of year when the tournament's starting up for the NCAA. So with our time left here, let's talk a little bit about your picks. I believe our C-team coach's son has Butler beating East Tennessee State in the national championship.
Okay.
And I think if that happens, that he will win whatever pool he's in.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. So yeah, I have with my family, we have the Spalding Tourney Challenge, and we have this traveling trophy, which is for those of you older generation. I have an old Gus Macker trophy that I moved into. Now it's the Spalding Tournament Challenge bracket. It floats. This will be the third year for it, and I've yet to win. So got to beat my daughter last year, who was picking by whether she liked the mascots. But anyway, my picks this year, Final Four, I have Villanova, North Carolina, Kansas, which are all 1 seeds, so I'm going with the favorites there. And then kind of my sleeper, it's not really a sleeper, but Florida State I have sneaking in there. And then I have a rematch of last year's national championship game, only I have a flip-flop winner with North Carolina winning. So I'm sure so whatever you're picking, I would go opposite with what I'm doing. So
well, I would double that because we're pretty close.
Yeah.
My son's picked the Cats, of course, because we're Kentucky fans.
Right.
But I just don't see them beating North Carolina a second time this season. So I've got North Carolina, Villanova. I went with Louisville and Arizona, though, in the other 2 regions, with Carolina beating Villanova in the rematch for the national championship. I think my Cats can beat UCLA again this time, but I don't think they can beat North Carolina a second time. And I believe it was 103-100 was the final the first time.
That's a lot of points.
And,
a lot of points.
Yeah, and 0 defense.
There
on
you
either
go,
side.
yeah.
So,
one thing I do want to mention, for hopefully people get this, we will have our annual athletic physical night for next year. We'll be on April 4th. That's a Tuesday night. Physicals are just $25 right there at the school, so you don't have to go to a doctor's office. So, and everybody needs a physical who participates in a school sport next year, and it has to be after April 1st for it to be valid for next year. So anybody can come out that night. We'd love to get that taken care of.
Excellent. Well, I think that'll wrap up the show for this month, and hopefully we'll see you again next month here on Royal Pride.